Hey York, welcome to our podcast where our international students share their stories and experiences of life in the UK. I'm Chino from Manila in the Philippines, and I study a master's in global marketing. Here at York, we are a campus based university. If you're wondering what that means and what student life looks like on our campus, we're here to help. Today, we'll be sharing our experience of learning and socializing on campus from our favorite study spaces to the best places to eat and drink. So today, I'm joined by Sanako and Fedor, if you guys want to introduce yourselves as well.
Hi, I'm Sanako. I'm from Japan. I'm third year student now, studying art history. So nice to meet you all.
Hey York, I'm Fedor. I'm originally from Moscow, and I study a master's in public history. But I did my undergraduate degree at York as well, so I have 4 years of experiencing various study spaces and food places on campus.
Nice. So we're both joined by veterans of York. Both spent their good time here. So the main reason we came to the university is to study. So we should probably start with that, right, guys?
Sure thing.
Yeah. So who wants to start? Maybe Fedor, you'd like to share like your favorite study place so far in the 4 years that we spent here?
Well, see, there's the catch. 4 years, of which 3 were undergraduate. So my undergraduate study space was vastly different to where I typically study now. As an undergraduate, my favorite study space was on the first floor of the JB Morel Library building, by the window, next to an apple tree.
I think I know
This
the
is
spot.
very significant, okay? Because as I sit there for a year, I gradually see all of the leaves first fall off, and it turns bald, and there's tiny green leaves, and then it's slowly blooming, and then there's tiny apples on the trees. It's like I'm having my own study life, and then the apple tree outside is also doing its thing. It is very calming. It is a very nice spot. Now that I'm a postgraduate, though, I'm using the postgraduate study lounge a lot, which is in Fairhurst, actually. It feels a bit exclusive, and I feel very entitled being the postgraduate having access to my own little spot there.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think the first place that I tried studying in was Morel and it was quite nice. You could just like, zone out. It was really quiet. But I think after going to Fairhurst and experiencing the postgrad lounge where you could just like, you kind of know you have a spot because there's only so many postgrad compared to undergrads in New York. And it's also nice because it's a different atmosphere. Like it's a bit of a buzz. You can hear other people studying as well. Helps me concentrate a bit more. I'm not too conscious if I'm making too much noise.
Oh, yes. Especially when there's people doing something very scientific or very mathematical next to me. It just sounds like white noise.
Yeah.
I'm a history student, so I don't understand any of their terms.
Yeah.
I feel like quite opposite. I don't really study in the library. So normally I study in my room. That is my best way to study actually. But if I study outside of my room, I would choose like Piazza Building in East Campus. I quite like it, the Piazza Building. They have a library which doesn't have a books, but like very like quiet place and like we can study very concentrate and like very focused and a very nice environment. And also we could book a room as well for study as a group. Or like group project or discussion. It's really nice, like easy to book a room as well. And also there's a cafe ground floor. So it's just like discussing very casually. It's nice to chat with friends or classmates, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually like Piazza as well because I have some classes in East as well, and we do some of our breaks there. So it's nice. You did mention that there's a cafe there. I think people would be interested to know that we have a couple of Starbucks places in York. I mean, in the campus. I think there's one in Church Lane as well.
Yeah, Link Cafe.
Yeah, the Link Cafe. So it's nice. Yeah, the Link Cafe and the Piazza Cafe are two of my favorite places as well.
Yeah, same.
I just like to go there and like get a hot chocolate from Starbucks and sit down with some friends and, discuss.
Yeah.
While we're on that topic of that cafe, do you guys have any other places in mind that on campus that you like to hang out in?
Probably go just to the library cafe downstairs. In fact, I was this close to actually mentioning it on the acknowledgement part of my undergrad dissertation because I would go there literally almost every day to the point where they see my face and they know exactly what I'm going to get.
Is it the kind of thing where you walk up and the guy just
Yes. I just walk up, and if I order something other than my usual order, they'll be like, "Is everything okay? Are you all right?" But that's for these study days. That's typically where I just see all of my course mates and all of my other mates. If we're speaking like outside of studying, I really like the courtyard in Derwent for various reasons, just because it's a place which is for everyone and for everything. It's a mixture of a pub, a cafe, a restaurant,
Yeah.
like all at the same time.
Mm.
Their menu does keep changing constantly, which some people don't
Yeah.
like, but I actually don't mind that because every year it just gives you a different experience.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the kind of place where you can go after a lecture for a coffee or like get a portion of beans and toast in the morning.
Yeah.
And you could then come back in the evening with like some of your mates for an end of the day pint or something. It's just so accessible to everyone. And I'm also a very, very proud member of Durban College. So
Oh, nice.
I need to represent Courtyard
So
here.
if you need a pint, you just go down your room and go to Courtyard then.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it worked when I was a first year.
Good to know. Actually, I really like Courtyard. I feel like that's where a lot of people do their pre's before going out into town. But as well, if you just want just something to unwind, it's a nice place. They play sports. I mean, they play the sports channels on Courtyard as well.
Well, yeah, that's the whole vibe of the Courtyard. Depending on the time of the day, like if you come there in the middle of the day, there will be people on their laptops or like people with various societies doing some of their meetings there as well.
Yeah.
If you come in the evening, there'll be people from the uni's sports teams celebrating something, or they maybe sports there. So it's just such an amazing student space.
Yeah.
Mm.
Do you have a favorite food outlet on campus then?
In terms of cafe, I would say like Alcuin Cafe. I really
Alcuin
like the
Cafe.
environment in Alcuin
Yeah.
Cafe. It's very cozy. I often go when I hang out with the friends and chat with.
Mm-hmm.
Or Roger Clark restaurant in a James College.
Oh, yeah.
I really like the college, like a meal at
Yeah.
the James College. It's very nice. Especially when we go to the Roger Clark restaurant between 1:45 to 2 p.m. Like we can get 50% discount.
That's
So
a
I
thing?
often go.
Good
because
to
it's
know.
I'm going to have to go there. I've not yet been. 'Cause
only
I've-
15 minutes.
Yeah. Because the only place I've been to so far is Courtyard and then the two cafes. And then, while we're on the subject of places that you go hang out in, if you guys have been to the V Bar as well in Vanbrugh.
Oh yes, well, Viva, also known as Vanbrugh Arms.
Yeah, Vanbrugh Arms.
Oh, it is amazing there. They don't serve food though, but that's the whole point. They are a very social place, and
Yeah.
Vanbrugh is known as like more of an artsy college. And
Yeah.
of course, their college venue has to do the wonderful jazz night. So
Yeah,
yes,
it's
the
great.
Vanbrugh Arms is
Yeah,
amazing. It's
I
also
love
very
jazz night.
central.
Mm-hmm.
So as much as I like Derwent and the Courtyard, I'll have to admit that like Vanbrugh Arms is probably the most central venue on
Yeah.
campus.
Anyway, moving on. Do you guys want to share any hidden gems that you have on campus? Me, myself, I've found this little spot. I think it's outside Spring Lane where there's a little Buddha.
Yeah,
I did not
There
know that
is.
place existed until
Yeah,
fairly recently.
yeah.
Yes.
I know.
I was going over
Very
some of the
interesting.
vlogs from last year's ambassadors, and this guy was talking about how this is little spot with a Buddha in it, and it's just so surprising because it seems very out of place, but once you get there, it's just so serene. I'd kind of stand there and think about life a little bit, just being poetic like you were in in your little spot in the
Oh yes,
library.
yes. It is. It is also very overgrown there, so there's a lot of trees and various bushes around. So
Mhm.
if you don't know that there's a little side passage to that place, you will. I won't exaggerate, but you will never find it unless
Yeah.
you know it's there.
I quite like the artworks because I'm studying art history. So I quite like the randomly standing sculpture in a university. Very beautiful. It's just some each work has some meaning or dedicate to some particular person in the university. So it's very interesting to have a look. Or recently I found the one library in Vanbrugh actually.
The 24/7 one.
Yeah.
In sort of around
Actually
history
in
of
my
art.
department.
Yes. It is
Yeah.
part of history of art.
You guys can take a walk around campus and you're gonna find something new every time. I think that's what's so interesting about York is there's so many things to do and there's so many places to walk around in and you just take everything in. Do you guys have any favorite wildlife encounters that you had so far?
Well, I was part of, like I said, I am a very proud member of Derwent College. So Derwent College is probably the closest one to all of the wildlife. And don't you dare contest that, by the way, because I will argue with you. But I do distinctly remember every morning that I would go from my from my room in the halls to the Durban food hall to get my wonderful catered breakfast, there would always be a bunch of geese on the way, and there was one goose in particular whose nickname was Friendly Goose because, well, she was a very friendly goose. She would come up to you and ask for food without attacking you and just overall being very, very gentle. And she basically made me have a habit of always carrying some form of like bird food on me just in case there is some form of animal in my way that I would give some food to.
Yeah, I like taking a walk at the West Campus, also East Campus as well. It's a very different vibe, but it's very nice. Like East Campus is like a more like a, I don't know how to say, like a very spacious, like very massive
there's more
ground. And
there's more space there, and it's more Campus West is a bit more overgrown, so there's more trees around. Whereas Campus East has, I don't think the lake on Campus East is bigger. Both have lakes, but it's much more of an open space.
Yeah.
I was wondering if you guys also have any favorite facilities on campus.
My favorite facility on campus is the library because I am a history student and I am a bit boring. But no, other than that, I really like both of our gyms because we have one on Campus West and one on Campus East. West is personally my favorite, and I know that a lot of people choose to go to a gym that's in town, but I just don't understand why would you do that if you can literally not leave the campus for the entire day. It's quite spacious. There's always space for you there. It's very, very beginner friendly as well. I think the sport facilities on Campus West take the big second spot after the library for me.
Nice. Actually, I've been to York Sport Center as well, but I've more frequently used the tennis courts there. I play a fair bit of tennis,
Do you do you go to the one that's under the pillow?
the bubble.
Yes, yes. Obviously, we are in Yorkshire, so open door tennis is not too viable when it is very windy and very rainy. So we do have an outdoor but indoor tennis court.
It's definitely it's one of my favorite spots as well. I feel like before arriving in campus, that was the one that I talked about most with my friends. Like, oh, do you know, like they have like this indoor tennis court with like a dome. It's like you can play there when it's raining or like when it's snowing. It's like an all-weather kind of thing. It's really nice. How about you, Sanako? Do you have any favorite facilities that you used so far?
I think I would say Piazza. I really like Piazza building. I like environment, like study space is very nice as well. And also there's IPC, International Pathway College. There's like place like always like comfort place for me. Like they support a lot. They help me a lot to pass the exam and everything to go to the university in the UK. So like always kind of like makes me comfort and just like if I have a problem about something, I just like ask them like, what should I do? And also I really love the King's Manor Library.
King's Manor,
which is in the city center, not the university areas. But like very beautiful buildings, and library is very nice. It just vibe is amazing.
I forgot to mention that King's Manor. Like it's a bit away from campus, but when you go there, it's like really worth the visit.
Yeah,
like you get
it's
in.
only there's archaeology department.
Yeah.
But as an art historians, like students, we often use as well.
Okay, I think we're on our last point for the podcast. Do you guys have any advice for new students about how they can make the most of our campus?
Go explore.
Yeah, exactly. Explore as much as possible because very huge, I mean, massive university. So just explore as much as possible.
My advice is tiny bit controversial. My advice is get lost in the campus and then find your way out. On the other hand, don't get stressed if you are lost because you will find your way out because there's the wonderful map and there's the wonderful people all around.
Completely agree. And I think just to add to what you guys have mentioned, it makes it better if you have like people to go around with as well. Just make some memories and, go to courtyard and like drink and listen to music, watch sports, or go to the library, have those study sessions with your friends, or maybe even just like, hang out in cafes on campus and just unwind and have some quiet time. So thanks everyone for listening. I hope we've highlighted some of the best bits of campus life for you and see you next time.
See you.
Thanks, everyone.